Hello everyone, welcome. It is our Thursday Q&A live with me, Phil Morse. We're only on for half an hour today, so we are bang on time, and I'm going to squeeze as much as I can in between now and the bottom of the hour. So thank you very much to everyone who's joining us. If you're here for the first time, you're with Digital DJ Tips, the biggest online DJ school in the world, and also the people behind Rock the Dance Floor, the #1 selling book on Amazon on how to DJ. You might know us from the website, of course. And indeed, today we've just published 12 best Serato DJ controllers for 2022. So that's something that you guys and girls might want to talk about today. We've also got recently published some tutorials on how and where to share your DJ mixes. But of course, what we are known for is our DJ courses. 25 courses with some of the biggest names in DJing like Jazzy Jeff, James Hype, Layback Luke, DJ Angelo. We make courses with these people. We don't make courses about these people. So if you want to learn from the very best, you are in the right place. So welcome. And we are here to answer all your questions about your DJing, whether it is, as you know from the book, whether it is gear, music, techniques, playing out or promoting yourself, the 5 big areas of DJing that we cover in the book. You can ask your questions today, and I, Phil Morse, the founder of the company, I'm here for the next 29 minutes to help you with that. By the way, if you haven't got a copy of this, all you've got to do is go there. Go to digitaldjtips.com/join. digitaldjtips.com/join. There you go. You can see the wording there, the join wording there. It's missing when that bit of light shines through. Head to that URL, and we will give you a copy of the book for free for becoming our latest member, and it's also free to become a member. So what have you got to lose? Before we get started with the questions then, which are piling in thick and fast, we're on Facebook and YouTube and Twitch. The best place to watch this is on Facebook, and the reason is the questions you ask underneath will remain with the video when the recording goes live afterwards, and my team and I can help you with those questions if we don't get time to do it live, especially today when we're only on for half an hour. A few very early hellos. Hello to the first person in today, Renato. Hello to Christian, who says proud to be a Digital DJ Tips fan. Thank you, Christian. Hi to Ignatius in Dallas, Midnight Wolf, Daniel ex-Cosa down there in Australia, DJ John Roback, good morning. You must be stateside. Hello to you. Hello to George Johnson, who says good morning everyone as well, and to Vasilis and Isa, everyone else saying hello. And Martin says, hope you're well. Nice to be joining a live show. I've been working for a few days. Well, it's terrible when you have to work and not come on the live shows, isn't it? Hello to my friend Salvation John and Bass, to Alex Armani up there in Scarborough with a big long new name. Right, questions people, that's what I'm here for. The first one, hashtag ask, hashtag ASK will help. The first one is from Xcoza. Is there a list of Bluetooth speakers on Digital DJ Tips that don't have latency through the 3.5mm jack? This is something we've been promising to do for a little while, and we haven't done it yet. I'm making a note now of that point because we ought to do that. The trouble is, I'll be straight with you, Xcoza. When I ask people to tell me whether they found speakers which don't have the lag, a lot of people say, oh yeah, mine doesn't. And then I find out that it does, because a lot of people now, they don't even notice, because they're not using headphones a lot and they can't hear the difference. So, it's finding trustworthy sources for the information. I know that the mini rig speakers don't have any lag at all because they're the ones I use. But anything past that, I'm a bit of a loss to give you the true information about without buying them all and bring them all into the studio, which we can't obviously do. But we will work on that. So thank you for prodding me about that one. John says, are you at BPM at the weekend, Phil? This is a DJ show in the Midlands in the United Kingdom. No, I won't be there. We are trying not to fly when we don't have to, and so I won't be there this year, but I do wish you a lot of fun there. Hello to Juancito, who says, I've got the DDJ 400, and when I choose the echo sound effect, I use it on a track. Then when I go to use it again, it's changed on its own to another sound effect. Why is this? I honestly don't know. It ought to stay as you set it. and so I don't have an answer to that without getting a bit more information from you. But thank you for sharing that with me. That's something that we will keep an eye open for and see if we can figure out what's going on with it. But if anyone would like to help Juancito's over there on Facebook. If you've had that problem, maybe you can answer the comment. His comment on Facebook. DJ Schooly AHD, any advice on how to maintain a crowd when you're one of the DJs DJing in multiple rooms? It's difficult, isn't it? I used to play in a multiple room club. The club I used to play in had 2 rooms, and you know, sometimes you can't do anything about it because something good happens in the other room. Remember that. It could be that the guest DJs come on, or it could just be that a crowd of people who'd come for the other room and the other room's DJs have just arrived, and so you find it swings from room to room in these multi-room venues. You know, all I would say is do your thing, enjoy your thing, do what you do, and trust the rest. You know, if you had a residency in a club like that, you'd find that some weeks you kind of won and some weeks you lost, and that you didn't do anything different. So a lot of the time it's totally out of your control. Again, if you've got more advice on that, then to give on that, other than what I've just given, then please do go and help DJ Schooly AHD, who is being a good DJ, and ask him that question on Facebook, making it easy for people to answer him there. Oh, I'm assuming it's a him. So what's the difference between using mono split and stereo in headphones, says Christian? This is a great question, and actually I was making a video tutorial just a few minutes ago, and I actually touched on this in the video tutorial. So I've got some headphones here. I'll tell you about how this works. Some DJ systems, and all DJ mixers, or most DJ mixers anyway, have the ability, not many controllers actually, have the ability to set your headphones to either mono split or normal. If your headphones are set to normal, basically everything happens through both headphones. You don't get anything different through either headphone. So if you're set to Q, you'll be listening to the track you're queuing in both ears. If you're set to listen to what the master's doing, you're hearing the master in both ears, etc., etc. If you press the mono split button, then it immediately changes. Then through one earpiece, you always get the master output. In other words, what the crowd is hearing. Through the other earpiece, you get what you would traditionally have set the Q buttons to do, and what would normally have come through both earpieces. If you press, say you press Q on channel 1, you know, that won't come through both earpieces now. It would only come through the other one, while this one continues to play the master output. So in other words, you'll always have the master output going on here, and this one is whatever you want, whatever you set on the Q buttons. It can be very useful if you're trying to DJ without any speakers at all, late at night, just for whatever reason. But it can also be useful if you're in a club and the monitor speaker is a long way away, or it's broken, or it's rubbish, because you can forget about the monitor speaker, and effectively you're using the earpiece that's master output is your monitor speaker, and is your monitor speaker, and the other one is the one you would be using your headphones for. So split Q is something that it takes a bit of getting used to, but it's worth practicing, because basically it insures you against turning up at a venue where the monitors are crap. So definitely worth having a play with if you're lucky enough to have it on your system. Thanks for the question, Christian. Papa D's just upset that we haven't got any more balcony beats, our Sunday sessions. I know, Papa D, but there's other things we need to do with that time. They took an awful lot of work for not only me but Steve and Ben, and especially with courses coming up from well, I can tell you that the Jazzy Jeff one's coming up. I can't tell you about the other ones we're working on and stuff. There just isn't the number of hours in the day to continue with them. But thank you very much. I'm glad that you're missing them. It shows we did something right there. Gorok says, hi Phil, tell me any alternatives to the Vestax VCI 380. I need a spare controller to add to my backpack, but it has to have XLR. Go for the Roland 707M, the Roland DJ 707M. It is the best controller. The VCI 380, which is for those of you that aren't old, won't remember, is an old controller from an old brand called Vestax, but it was a very, very good controller. The Roland DJ 707M is your controller to go for to replace that. It's brilliant. So that is easy, Gorok. Hope that helps you. Listen, we're only here for half an hour today because I've got an important, unavoidable meeting at the bottom of the hour. So I'm squeezing in as much as I can. Ask your questions on Facebook if you can, because that means that we can get to them afterwards if we don't get to them on the live show, people. This is from Alan. Any advice on a good slip mat for them spin backs? My my ones are quite thick and there's too much tension or resistance. Just, no, I haven't got any advice. And mine are really nice and floppy and felt like and thin. I can't remember where I got them from. It was so long ago. So no, I can't advise on that, Alan, but I bet someone else can. So Alan has dropped that comment in Facebook like a good person. So anyone who's got a link to some really nice floppy buttery slip mats that can help Alan, please post that under there. You're welcome, Juancito. How well does Big Saw work with Serato, says George? It works well. It is... Some of the hardware still doesn't work with M1 Max, but Big Saw is now Serato compatible, so you've got no problem there. But just check on the Serato website that the hardware is M1 compatible if that's what you're using as well. What's the best way to approach a nightclub about a potential gig, says Ryan. I answer this one so often, but we will answer it again. You will never get a gig from someone who doesn't know and like you. You will never get a gig from someone who doesn't know and like you. So therefore you can't approach nightclubs asking for a gig, because their job is to know the DJs in the area who can do the job in their nightclub, and they already know all the people they're going to offer residencies to. So your job is not to ask them for a gig, it is to get to know them and for them to get to like you. And how you do that is going to depend on so many things that I can't advise you on a short answer to your question. But the point is, by the time you ask for that gig, they've probably already asked you to play it, because you've done stuff which gets you in their frame. You know, maybe you offer to help, maybe you get a job behind the bar there, maybe you hire their venue and put a private party on so they see what you can do, but you paid for it all. You know, it's doing something that there's no risk involved for them that gets you on their radar. And then when they know and like you, that's when you can start thinking about getting gigs with them. You know, the days of giving out mixtapes and expecting them to get you gigs are gone, because there's 100 DJs for every job now. So it's the hard route, but it's the only route that works, Ryan. You know, we talk an awful lot about this in our courses, in our complete DJ course. We've got some promotion stuff, but more importantly, over in our Digital DJ Lab subscription program, we go into a lot of detail about this. So if you head over to the DJ courses page on Digital DJ Tips and scroll down until you reach our training program section, click on Digital DJ Lab. This is, if you are an experienced DJ who just wants to stay on top of your game, this is what you need to join. This is where you need to be. You need to join the thousands of DJs who are already members of our subscription program. And in here is where you find our promotions training in Digital DJ Lab Pro, where we go into a lot of detail about how to get gigs. So do take a look at that. It's at the very, very bottom of the courses page on Digital DJ Tips. I'm scrolling past all the stuff that's in there now. You can see it's an amazing community. And like I say, thousands of DJs are keeping on top of their game with Digital DJ Lab. Come and take a look at it. Right, let's move on. This is from Andy Williams. I want to do a live stream, but I'm not confident at the moment. I had to get a new YouTuber. I lost all my subscribers. What's a good way to get subscribers fast? Two questions there, Andy. Your first question is doing a live stream but not being confident enough. Just do it. You know, you can go live on Mixcloud and not tell anyone. And I promise you won't get many viewers if you do that. Just do it, Andy, and build up slowly. As far as getting subscribers on YouTube is concerned, from zero, you have to find useful content and you need to post it regularly. Again, there's stuff in Digital DJ Lab that goes into detail about that, but building YouTube channels is difficult and it involves you doing something that people want. And so past that, you know, there isn't time to go into much detail about it now. I'm sorry to hear you lost your channel though. That's a bit of a bummer. So I hope you do manage to build those back up. So would you recommend Mevo Start over an iPhone for live streaming? I'm considering the portability or vice versa. I'm looking for a laptop-free option, says Nachi Kate. Well, I use Mevo Start. Mevo Start is a tiny camera. We've actually reviewed it on Digital DJ Tips. It's a tiny camera that is quite cool because it can go live to the internet without you needing to control it from anything. If you use one of them, if you buy one Mevo Start, have it on your decks, you tell it about your Wi-Fi network and it connects to it, and you control it via your phone, but you don't need to do that. It will, once it's live, and it's a really nice way of going live on the internet without needing a laptop or anything like that. So we have got a review of the Mevo Start over on Digital DJ Tips. I'm just trying to find it for you now, and I'll show you that review. Funnily enough, everything's coming up apart from the review. everywhere else we've posted it, even on the Mevo's own webpage, but not on our webpage. So let's show you Mevo's webpage. This is their webpage. Apparently, on here somewhere is our review. There it is. There's the Digital DJ Tips review of the Mevo Start. So go to mevo.com/pages/reviews. A little bit worried that our review didn't come up when I searched our own site there. Maybe I need to take a look at that. But anyway, there's me reviewing it. Yeah, we like the little Mevo Start camera. I would recommend using it over your iPhone if you're serious about live streaming, because it'll cost you a little bit of money. But it's a great little camera. You can do zooms and you can do overlays, and you can have lots of cool stuff on there while your iPhone is in your hand and you're checking comments and you're looking at YouTube and you're just using your iPhone like a phone while all that's going on. I do like the little Mevo cameras. I hope that helps you. Let's move on, because we're halfway through today. Hit those like buttons if you're enjoying this, please. That's all we ask. And if you want to be closer to Digital DJ Tips, come and join us. digitaldjtips.com/join. You get a copy of the book. Yes, you can get the book on Kindle. Yes, you can get it on Audible. Yes, you can buy it in bookstores. It does exist. It is real. But we'll give you a PDF of this if you join Digital DJ Tips at that URL. We'll also give you the gear guide, which will stop you making expensive mistakes buying DJ gear. So it's free. Come join us. Let's grab another question then from the live questions. Do not cut and paste your questions more than once, people, please. What skills do you have to have down before your first professional gig, says Razor. This is a great question. I'm going to push you back to the book because this contains it. Look, the thing is, there are 5 areas of DJing, and we talk about them a lot. Our complete DJ course teaches them. These are the 5 areas of DJing. They are gear. This is the geeky stuff, understanding how everything plugs together, how to stop your levels going too high, what to do when the gear stops working, how to get the software to work. It's geek stuff. It is music. This is how to find, arrange, playlist, prepare, and get your hands on the right music at the right second for the people in front of you right now. It is techniques. This is what to do with the gear and the music. It's basic mixing. It's how to use effects and loops and cues and all that stuff. It's playing out, how to perform. This is what you do in front of other people. How do you program a set? How do you read a crowd? How do you deal with other DJs? This is all to do with playing out or performing. And finally, promoting yourself. How do you get those gigs? You know, you've done all this stuff. How do you actually continue the momentum going and get yourself in front of other people, which is what DJing is about, by the way. DJing is a team sport. It happens between you and the crowd. You've got to get in front of other people. The question from Reza then, what skills do you need to have down before your first gig? All of them. But you don't need as much of each of those skills as you think you need. You need to just have the basic understanding of the gear so that you can keep the music going. You need to have enough music to play the set length that you've been booked for. An hour might be 20 tracks. You only need 40 tracks, so you've got enough to pick from if you don't want to play everything. 40 tracks for your first professional gig. The techniques, there are 5 mixes which will get you through a whole DJ gig, and no one will be any the wiser, I promise you. 5 simple DJ mixes. Performing is something that you can prepare for, although to be honest with you, performing is something everyone has to do first, once. So, you know, you will learn performance as you go along, but you can prepare for programming and reading crowds, and promoting yourself is something that you will do generally after your first gig. So if you want to know about those 5 mixes, head over to the Digital DJ Tips website and go to the book page. I'll take you there now. Now you can. The reason I'm telling you not to join Digital DJ Tips and download your PDF is a very good reason. Because if you go to the Digital DJ Tips website and click the book, and then scroll down to, this is a whole book, by the way, our whole book online, every single word of it. Scroll down to techniques and then go to 5 basic DJ transitions. In this section, I have actually got videos with me showing you the big mixes you need. The fade, the end-to-end, the cut, the single phrase beat mix, and the bassline swap beat mix. With these 5 mixes, you can basically play any gig and get away with it. So go and take a look at that part. Again, it is on the book section of our website. And when you get there, you want to go to techniques and 5 basic DJ transitions. Because that way, you will see what you need to be able to do in order to play that first gig. And it's not as much as you think, but it's a mix of a bit of everything, as I said. I'm loving this today, people, but we have only got 10 minutes left. So please hashtag ask if you've got a question. But there'll be a lot of questions unanswered today. That's just the way it is. We will answer them underneath the Facebook post if you ask them there, which is the best place to ask them. Tips on getting timing down on using loops, effects and filter knobs to make your own build-ups. We'll turn quantize on to start with, which will help you with the timing. That's my biggest single tip. Have a play with the quantize button because you might find that that's all you need to get that timing a little bit better. So I'm looking to and record your sets and listen back to them and see what you did well. Martin says, I'm looking to upgrade from my DDJ SB3. The next step seems to be to go to the DDJ 1000 SRT. So you're going from a small Serato controller to a big Serato controller. But I don't need the 4 channels. Would you recommend getting the DDJ 800 and going from Serato to Record Box? In truth, no. I'd recommend getting the 1000 SRT and keeping the other 2 channels. Now, most people with 4-channel controllers don't use all 4 channels, but they can be quite useful. You can have an a cappella on one, so you've always got an a cappella to mix over the 2 main things you're playing. You can have a get out of jail track loaded on another deck, so if everything goes wrong, you can quickly mix that in and save the dance floor. And if someone else wants to DJ with you, you can plug them into a spare channel. They are quite useful. So for me, definitely don't switch systems. For me, I would go for a 4-channel controller. And if you really don't want a 4-channel controller, you can get a very old Pioneer DDJ SR, I think was the one, if you can still find one, which is a 2-channel controller, and but it's professional build. And so I would do that. I'd maybe try and find a second-hand SR or try and find someone who's still got one in stock. It's an old controller now, but it was a good controller. And in fact, I think there was an SR2 that came out so long ago I can't remember. I'm just scanning now. Yeah, there was an SR2 that came out in I don't know, 2017, so it's not that old, which is a 2-channel Pro Serato controller. If you're interested in the best Serato controllers that we recommend right now, head over to the Digital DJ Tips website right now and then go to the article we just published, 12 best Serato DJ controllers for 2022. We talk you through our favorite controllers, we talk you through why, and more importantly, we give you links to the full review of each of these, so you can dive really deep into it and watch a video about each controller from me and learn a lot more about them. It's a really good resource if you want a Serato controller. Go take a look at that. Right, live questions. This is from Ryan, who's saying just cut out a piece of wax paper and put it under the slip mat to make your current slip mat a little bit slippier. I love that, Ryan. Thank you for sharing that with us. Hashtag ask, please. I will filter by only hashtag ask now because we're too busy with questions, and I want to make sure I answer all of them, or rather all the ones that I think will be most useful to people. Craig says, I've been geeking out watching, reading phonograph, cassette and reel-to-reel history. I recall seeing a DJ video using the latter, reel-to-reel. I won't invest, it's a money pit. Any good history sources for this? Yeah, the DJ that you are thinking of, and of course his name slips my mind now. Maybe someone on my team can help. Come on, what's his name? The DJ who uses reel-to-reel tape decks. I can never remember these things when I'm in the middle of talking, but he's got a great website. Let's see if I can find him by doing an esoteric search. Greg Wilson is the DJ. So go and take a look at Greg Wilson. Oh, apparently I'm on the wrong camera. Don't know how long that's been like that for, but anyway, we're on the right camera now. Greg Wilson is a person I was thinking of. Go and take a look at Greg Wilson's website because he's someone who was known for messing around with reel-to-reel tape decks back in the day. In fact, I've got a picture of him messing around on a reel-to-reel tape deck. There he is. Great DJ. There you go. There's some crate digging for you to sort out. Thank you, Scott, by the way, for that. Right, so now we're going to jump to Kyle, who says, I've been DJing for more than 30 years. I was a radio DJ for 20 of those. What's an entry-level controller that will have what I need to do a respectable show? You're going to need a decent microphone, I would say, Kyle, and I don't think you're going to want a basic controller. If you want a basic controller, all the basic stuff, including the one we've got here, the little Newmark. This is the Newmark Mix Track Platinum FX. We'll have everything you need on it, but a single mic channel with no EQ and stuff. If you're starting to look for a mic channel and you're currently like, I don't care what software I use, I don't care about anything, I just want a controller that'd be good, I'd say the DDJ 800 from Pioneer would be a good one. It's got a good mic on it, or you know, I've mentioned it before today, the Roland DJ 707M. It is one of the most underrated DJ controllers out there. It's got more on than you will ever need, and it's totally aimed at professionals, including great mic channels, compression, limiters. Really, if you've got the money, 707M, but it's a bit more than things like this one here. So, you know, you've got to know that you're happy to spend that kind of money. Right, so... this is from Mel, who says, has Newmark got anything new coming? Well, we will reveal when we can anything new that's coming out from from our big people that we work with. That's all I can say, stuttering away there. There will be new stuff coming out soon from some manufacturers or others, I'm sure. But of course, there ain't going to be as much as normal because guess what? There's a great gear shortage out there. People can't get semiconductors, but we will report anything that comes out as and when it does. This is for You Don't Like My Music, who says, are there any tips for someone who wants to be an after-party DJ? I don't play much high-energy stuff. Well, it's good. It just means you can assemble music that isn't the main dance music for the main floors. So you've got a bigger range there. My biggest tip for being an after party DJ is to get into the lifestyle so that you can be up at 6 in the morning when the after parties are all going on and still be alive in 5 years time. That'd be my biggest tip, would be figure that out. I know DJs who literally get up and go and play early morning sets. They'll literally sleep and then get up and go and play a 7 o'clock set or whatever. So maybe that's the way forward. Dusani says, what about Facebook Lives and copyright? We have a new policy with more music licenses, or is it only a rumour? No, Facebook's gaming platform has now got pretty blanket music licensing. It hasn't come to the main Facebook platform and Instagram and so on yet, but it will be coming. Related to that, from Nachi Kate, hi Phil, if we remix tracks using Ableton or a similar digital audio workstation, do we need copyrights to upload them to social media platforms? You most certainly do. It's just like uploading the original to the media platform. And Jai Panade, who's on Twitch, thank you for watching us over there on Twitch. I'm thinking about buying the Denon Prime Go, but coming from Pioneer World, I find the buttons very hard to press on the Denon. Do you think I'll get used to them? Very much you'll get used to them. They're not hard to press. They're just different, a little bit different. I think you'll get used to them very, very quickly. So I wouldn't worry about that. People, I have to go now because I have a, not normally, but just this week I have a very important meeting in a couple of minutes' time that I need to prepare for. Listen, thank you very much for joining us today on our Thursday Q&A Live. I'll be back next Tuesday for our Tuesday Tips Live, where I might have some interesting news for you people from the DJ world. We'll have to wait and see about that, but do come and join me there if you'd like to be the first to get the latest news. But meanwhile, this is Phil in the Digital DJ Tips studio, reminding those new people who are not a member to come and join us. You get a free copy of the book, digitaldjtips.com/join. It's free to join. And everyone else, look, get good, get out there, make the moments, and I'll see you again very soon. Until next time,